Now, a rock is a bit plain, so I decided to draw a crystal. So you get a nice crystal on Cozmo's head. He will say, I hate this game, and he will play the frustrated animation, which is, I think, a very cool animation. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Daniel here, and Cozmo. A while ago, I did a game that I posted on my channel, Rock, Paper, Scissors. We all know the game, and I thought that that would be cool for Cozmo to play with. Actually, I found the game so cool. Of course, I'm not biased. I thought that Enki would put it here in its Code Lab games, but they never did. Maybe Digital Dream Labs will do it. But anyway, I got a few comments at the time, and there was also a line of code that I was not doing very well. So I'm going to show you here my enhanced code for rock, paper, scissors, and then I will show the code. If you're not interested, you can stop the video, but if you want to see the code, it will take you about 15 minutes to copy the codes. Unfortunately, there is no way I can upload the code to a server for you to download. That's not possible. So, comments I got were that it would be nice if we could keep track of the wins and the losers or the lost, so that we would have a winner at the end. So I have here cube number 1 and cube number 2. If you don't know about cube numbering, I invite you to look at my video on cube numbers. This is very interesting. Cube number 1 here is the paperclip, and cube number 2 is the lamp, as you can see. I'm using cube number 3 here as a stand for my tablet. Cube number 3 is the baby seat. So, when Cozmo wins, of course he doesn't know. He has a camera, but he has no way of knowing that this is rock, this is paper, this is scissors. He has no way of knowing that. So we have to use cubes here to tell him that he won or he lost. And I added that in the code. So now, let's have a look at the game. And one thing that unfortunately you will see doesn't work very well is that the processor, or the sound processor for Cozmo, is a little slow. So it's not possible to play like a real actual speed game like rock, paper, scissor. It's not possible. It's slower because of his speech processor. So you will see what I mean. So I'm going to tap on the green flag. I am in Code Lab, as you can see here, and I'm going again to show you the code in details after this little game. So I put here only 2 games, so to keep it short and not 5. Usually you would do 5, I think. So I put 2 in the code. So I'm going to tap on the green flag, and let's listen to what Cozmo says.
I am ready. Rock. Paper. Scissors.
And he's showing paper, so I won.
Did I win? I am ready.
Oh, I missed it. One thing I forgot to mention. I'm going to do it after the demonstration.
Paper. Scissors.
He has scissors, so he won.
Did I win? Yay, I won.
So he said, yay, I won. So one last game.
I am ready.
I'll make it win anyway, regardless of what's happening. I'll let Cozmo win. He has such a bad temper
Paper.
when he loses.
Scissors.
He has scissors, so I won, but I'm going to tell him he
Did
won.
I win?
There you go.
Yay, I won.
We have 2 games.
I am the best.
And the funny animation, or the happy animation. I'm going to stop the code now. I forgot to mention, if he wins, I put the funny animation. Let me see the name again of that animation. I forgot here. Look at the code. It is the winner animation. And if he loses, I put the frustrated animation. So this is, if you're new to Cozmo, the animations are great with Cozmo, like really. That's why I said in many videos that you have to decide what you want to do, like Cozmo or Vector. But the animations are great with Cozmo, and the frustrated animation is great. Now in the code, when he says, "Did I win?" you have a second to decide. Because if it is a tie game, like let's say you both have a rock, then instead of having a third cube and code that as a tie, I decided that I would not touch any cube. So that's why if you don't touch a cube right after he says, "Did I win?" it's going to bypass. So that game will not count. So let's have a look at the code, and I'll come back in a second. We are in Code Lab now, as you can see. So at the bottom on the left, we have the sandbox mode, which is all the sample codes here. On the right at the bottom, we have featured projects. These are the cool games that you will find in the Cozmo's app. There are very, very good games. I did a video actually on most of these games. Now in the center at the bottom, we have the Constructor Mode. And I'm looking here at project number 6. Now the code is loading. That takes a few seconds, and here we are. Now when you tap on the green flag, the first thing you should do is set the points for Cozmo, and I call the human, to 0. You need to do that to reset the game. And then the loop here has to run forever. You'll see why in a second. Cozmo will say, "I am ready." He's going to move his lift 3 times as he says rock, paper, scissors. And again, this is where I was talking about the limitation where Cozmo doesn't move very fast because of his speech processor. Now, this is a small code, so I'm not putting names for the messages for the broadcast. I just put message number 9 and not 1. You will see why in a second. So once Cozmo has moved his fork 3 times, we pick a random number for 1 to 3. And if it is 1, we broadcast message 1. So this is what I did not use message 1 in the first loop. So we have message 1, message 2, and message 3. So if the random number is 1, Cozmo will draw a rock on his face. And this is all the lines here to draw rectangles and lines to draw a rock. Now a rock is a bit plain, so I decided to draw a crystal. So you get a nice crystal on Cozmo's head. If the random number is 2, Cozmo will draw a piece of paper. Again, a piece of paper is a bit plain, a bit boring. So I draw here an envelope. Okay, so rectangle and lines to draw an envelope. And if the random number is 3, then Cozmo will draw scissors. So a lot more lines here to draw the scissors. And at the end of these 3 lines of code, we broadcast message number 5. So message number 5 here is Cozmo will ask, "Did I win?" Because again, he doesn't know if he won or not. So if we tap cube number 1, he will say, "Yay, I won." And we add 1 to the counter points Cozmo. If he lost, he will say, "Lucky you." And we are adding 1 point to the human. So again, here, if you want to change that to a normal game of 5, you will just tap on the 2 here and enter 5 just like that. And then tap on go. So again, here, change the 2 to a 5 and tap on go. So now a full game will last 5 trials. Oh, I forgot to mention here that if Cozmo win 5 points, we broadcast message number 6. If the human wins 5 points or 5 games, we broadcast message number 7. And they are right here. So, and I like always, as you can see at the top here, I put the comment, which is basically a variable, but you can use that up in the air like that as a comment. As you can see here, I put a comment Cozmo 1, but that's also a variable. So Cozmo will say, "I am the best," and he will play the winner animation like we saw. And if Cozmo loses or lost, he will say, "I hate this game," and he will play the frustrated animation, which is, I think, a very cool animation. So this is the code, guys, as you can see here. To type that manually will take you about 15 minutes. Like I said, unfortunately, there is no way I can upload the code on my channel for you to download. So guys, like you saw, I think it's a very cool game. And of course, I'm not biased when I say that. I think it's a great game. And let me know in the comments below what you think of the code. If you saw my original video like a while ago, like I don't know, like a year and a half ago, I think I think this is better. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And see you next time. Have fun with your Cozmo. Goodbye, guys.